thing. But right now, social media marketing has become a huge thing.
Yourself use every kind of app. So it does not really depend like who is using it because everyone is on every platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome guys to a new episode of Reverr Talks. And today we have Mayur Achari with us. And I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell just brief everyone about you.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is Mayur. Uh, I am basically from Mumbai, and currently I'm pursuing my MBA in marketing, majors in marketing, and I have 500 years of experience in sales and marketing, where I worked with various industries like tech and other app-based economies. So that's a brief introduction about me.
Okay. So I would just like to know that how were your initial days like in your school and before like pursuing MBA, and why did you choose MBA specifically? So can you just take us through that?
Yeah, sure. So my school days were normal as a kid. Like I was a very mustikhor bacha as usual, like everyone is. So after that, when I came to college, I was just discovering careers. What different can I do and stuff. So after finishing my 12th, I was really confused what to do. So I was very much interested into business though. So and also it was you might say peer pressure or anything that
Yeah.
every commerce students end up taking BCom and end up
Yeah.
doing CA, right?
Yeah.
So every other commerce student story is like that. So I also ended up giving the foundation course for CA or whatnot, and it was very obvious that I tanked it. I did not do very well. So I was interested very much into business. So uh,
Mm.
uh, and uh, and I wanted to do something since I was doing BCom and I knew it did not carry any value as such as other degrees. So I had to do something. So I started early with sales. So that is how I started my career. And if you ask why MBA,
Yeah.
because I've spent a little bit time in the market and I felt that I should understand the theory part of it and of course meet new people like me who
Mm.
is interested in let's say business or finance. So
Yeah.
my major motive was that you meet new people who are at my level and you know gain some theoretical knowledge as well,
Mm.
gain a perspective about the market, how does it really function, and what are the real economics, and what is a competitive advantage, what is going on geographically all around the world. So that was pretty much my idea why I
Mm.
started doing my MBA.
Okay. So like you were from obviously commerce background and you ended
Yeah,
up doing foundation as well.
yeah.
But like what made you shift your like focus towards sales? Because I as per I know that you are into sales and you have been doing it since many years. So what motivated you to do that, or like what sailed your boat?
Like as I must say that really it was a fluke for me when I started. I was just 18, 17 and a half or 18 years of age when I started. It was just a campus interview which was happening in my college, and I just started with it. And I did not know what is sales, how do we do it and stuff. I just went there, gave an interview, and they just took me anyhow. And the day I started, I did not know how does this work, how does the technicalities go, like in modern days like we talk about the funneling and stuff in sales.
Yeah.
But I did not know it. So pretty much it was a fluke for me when I started it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Think about it think about it as much, like even today I don't think about it as much what is the end goal, because I guess the process is more important, what you go through. And
Definitely.
I was just exploring what is good and what I feel right doing. So that was pretty much it. I did not have an end goal in my mind as such.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, like recently, I guess you also worked in a network marketing company.
yeah,
And how was your experience there? Because as we know in India, let network marketing, this industry is like people are very judgy about it, and they feel that we should not join it. It is some sort of a scam or something like that. No
yeah,
one is interested. If you basically if you call anyone and you tell them that I have this network marketing company, or if you want to join, they won't even listen to you. They just end the call because like this
right.
is how things there. So, like, what do you think about it? And do you think that there are good network marketing companies as well? And how was your experience?
That's a pretty interesting question, though. Uh, so, as I told you, that I started out with sales, and it was just an internship, 3 month internship for me in the starting. And later, I wanted to do something with business. I wanted to understand how does business function and stuff. So there was this friend of mine who came to me, and he started showing random stuff on a piece of paper. So I felt it was interesting, and I by that time I had decided not to do CA further, and I was not sure what to do with my life and stuff. So I was like, hey, let's start something. At least we'll get some idea about how does things function and stuff. So I went to a basic seminar, what happens in every network marketing company. So I went there and understood what it was, and I was a kid at that time, so I did not uh, understand the whole dynamics of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, like 1 year, 2 year down the line, I slowly started understanding what is sales, and how does the funneling function, how does prospecting function, how
Mhm.
to capture leads, and how to build teams and how to manage big events and stuff. So, and after 3 years or so, I started managing a team of more than 50 or so around all across, like uh, Ahmedabad, Surat, Delhi,
Mhm.
Aurangabad, and stuff. So that taught me a lot about myself, as in exploring myself as a person. If, for example, let's take your case only. You're interning with Reverr right now, all right,
Yeah,
and you might be exploring a lot of things about yourself. Okay,
definitely.
Reverr has given you a platform, so that was a platform for me to discover a lot about myself. So whatever I'm talking
Mhm.
right now, the roots and basics are from there, and I wouldn't blame the industry as such, because I understand the people are not that uh, that kind
Yeah,
of people who
trustworthy. Yeah.
not let's say trustworthy, but
Yeah,
they are not the
basically,
normal kind of people who you find around you.
yeah.
They are a
Mhm.
little bit different, and and bit
Basically,
salesy, I must say.
they were just selling the lifestyle and not the product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I must say everyone does not do that. I believe so. There might be some good ones who definitely not in India, but
Hmm.
there might be some people who genuinely do it. And I've read I read this book from uh, I don't remember the name. It was specifically for network marketing, so I understood the whole dynamics. How does this work?
Yeah.
But yeah, but to, like to the end point, I learned a lot about myself, and learned a lot about sales, and working with teams and stuff. So that
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It must have like polished you and groomed you in terms of sales and and other career opportunities as well. Because
yeah,
obviously there is some experience in it.
yeah, right, right.
Okay. Now after that, like moving on, if I would ask you that what brand strategies or what kind of advice would you give to the new startups that are coming on? And like if, according to your experience in sales and or network marketing, and right now you are pursuing business management. So what do you think that new startups can add into their business strategies, and how can they make it a big brand and like for example, there is so much competition, but still there are some brands who make it to the unicorn.
To it. And
Yeah.
if I give a basic theory about it, there are like four to five concepts. That is the production concept, the marketing concept, the selling concept, and there is one more concept as such. But India is a country which focuses a lot on selling concept. If you understand what I'm trying to say, because
Yeah,
majority of the startups, they don't focus on
the product.
branding
Yeah.
and marketing of the stuff. They understand the idea and just know how to do dhanda.
Hmm.
That's the
Definitely.
whole idea. What India believes in. Okay,
Yeah.
but I must say, yeah. But there are brands which are successful and focus on branding, or
Hmm.
let's say. But and it is all about capturing people's attention, and how do you uh, make people perceive about you. So there are two approaches to it. One is a forward approach, and one is a reverse approach, which I have seen commonly. So forward approach is for first you figure out what you want to be perceived, and you create an idea or a concept about it.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you
Yeah.
create campaigns or marketing strategies around that
Yeah.
particular message. And the second idea is the reverse approach, the reverse mechanism, where you just launch your product and go directly for sales and see how people are perceiving it. Okay, so
Definitely.
let's take an example. Let's take Baiju's example. Okay,
Yeah.
so when Baiju's came into the market, they were pretty sure about what they wanted to be perceived. Okay,
Yeah.
and they ran ads around it. But there is one more unicorn which has newly come up, which is Physics Wala. All right,
Yeah.
and they are not particularly focusing on branding of the
Brand.
company,
Yeah.
but they
Focus on
uh,
content.
it,
Like,
it
yeah,
focuses on content and
content. Yeah.
personal branding. The people who appear for Neat and stuff, they uh, uh, believe or trust in the personal brand which is being built. The person, Mr. I don't know the name of the person, but he has a YouTube channel, and he's doing pretty well over
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
right?
So
So
if
that is
we
how.
have like big companies like Byju's or an academy, and like with them, these people, Physics Wala or Aman Dattawal, they're competing with them. So
Hmm.
what do you think like will be the future? Will they like take over their basically monopoly, or will they both will start competing again? And will this be forever, or there is some end to it? What do you think?
Uh,
Like which sector will survive?
Well, to understand this, you have to go back to the history and understand what is the pattern of such things. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's say when the dot-com bubble started,
Yes.
so there were many companies who started their own business, and people got funding in very big amounts. Okay, and people who did not even have a business model, they got fundings from big VCs and stuff. They just need to have their .com domain. That's
Dot
it,
com.
and
Yes.
people
Yeah.
people got lots of funding from there. And the same pattern is repeating right now, because
Yeah.
people are not focusing on problem solving aspect, but they are their approach is morely about company valuation and stuff. All
Yeah.
right.
Definitely.
And when you see the history, when the dot-com bubble bursted, there were literally few companies which
Survive.
existed, and many of them just crashed. So few of
Yeah.
them were Amazon, Google.
Yeah.
You must know all these companies, and right now the same pattern is repeating. There is this big bubble which is going on,
Yeah.
and
Bubble of
it will definitely,
valuation. Yeah.
bubble of valuation, you might say, bubble of
Definitely.
anything, like, and definitely is going to crash. And it's not about monopoly specifically, but let's say two or three companies would definitely survive if they.
Basically, what I feel that after some time, the
Hmm.
investors will see that if a company is having a good like business plan or product, but if they are not having any revenue strategy, or how will they make it profitable and everything. So they'll, I guess, like back off, because there's no point of investing in such companies, because eventually they're gonna make losses. You can't just put on money and make the valuation 10x, but you don't have the any revenue. So I guess this is a bubble, and definitely it's going to burst soon. But what do
Right,
you
right.
think that in after this bubble will get burst, which companies will survive and which companies will like vanish off?
So those companies only will survive who have a good personal brand and
Yeah,
are focusing on their ICPs, that is their ideal customer profile,
yeah,
and who are really looking forward to solve consumer problems, not only running after revenue. So they are the ones who would survive, I must say.
definitely. I also believe that companies which have a good business model and a revenue strategy, they can only survive. And other than that, it's just a game of valuation. But
Right.
in US, we don't see such things, because there the investors are, I don't think so, they're clever, or basically like they have the experience. They know that this is not going to last for.
So that's the whole vicious circle about,
Yeah,
because the more people start investing, the more
yeah,
they start earning money. Okay, and
yeah,
the quicker they start earning money, more of their friends or more of their colleagues, they push them into investing, because that is all retail investing. And then more of VCs take birth, and more of them make money and again put it into equity and make money, and then again it goes into such startups, because there is a limit where you can push money into equity market,
yeah,
and then
obviously.
when you make heavy profits from there, you pull out the
Yeah.
profits and you again put into companies which does not even have a business model. So that's how the exact case of Zomato right now, because when Zomato
Yeah.
started, it started with a great boost, and they were focusing on a very niche market of delivery and hotel listing. So now
Yeah.
also when you think of Zomato, you think of the Google of restaurants. Okay,
Yeah.
but when they started spreading their wings, and when they wanted to expand their business, obviously what people do is they acquire stuff. Okay, and when they want to raise money, there are 4 to 5 options, where one of them is borrow it from the market,
Yeah.
and second one is equity. So that is what they did, and there was a lot of hype, because that was the first food tech startup which raised money and was entering into the IPO circle. So there was a lot of hype going about it. So that's why people started purchasing it also. And
Mm.
as you can see now, Zomato has definitely acquired stuff. Now recently, it has acquired Blinkit also.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely they're acquiring, but occurring heavy losses as well. Well, and it's very difficult for such businesses to make the break even.
Definitely.
When the focus is not on ICP, the ideal customer profile.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think that if a company, if a startup like goes for an IPO, so what people should see, what people should look at before investing in that, before purchasing or applying or for the IPO? What are the key elements which people should keep in mind before going there? What do you think?
So it's a very larger concept which you're asking me. That so basically, what is the IPO? IPO is basically you're raising money for the business, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and there are other ways to raise money as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so I feel the company size should be taken into account. The operations must be taken into account, and at least a 5 years forecasting should be done. What are your plans with that money? For, let's say,
Yeah.
you're raising like 10 crore rupees. So what are you going to do with that 10 crore rupees? Okay,
Mm.
and there are other options other than IPOs. Okay, and every company does not go for that. All right. So I would say that initially you should look for other investment options,
Yeah.
like borrowings and stuff, where which is a safer option, and you can pay it out on EMIs and stuff. But IPOs is a bigger game, where operations of the company matters, and as I said, the forecasting matters. How much are you going to do? and you need a concrete business plan and or
Hmm.
acquisitions or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah. So as an investor, if like you think that it's a good time, if a company thinks it's a good time for going in an IPO, okay, and you are an investor, so what are the key things you will keep in mind before buying or purchasing that IPO, investing in that company? Because obviously there are a lot of companies going for an IPO, and most of them are not doing good. So on that point, what will be your advice?
So you're asking that what would I see in an IPO before purchasing it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it generally goes that you look at two things, that is fundamental analysis and technical analysis. All right, you look into the past, like how
yeah,
the company is performing,
yeah,
okay, and where the industry is going, okay, and
yeah,
take let's say buy the initial share if you feel like, because you have a different calculation in your mind and what other friends of yours say. He These are the trends.
yeah.
Because there's a friend of mine who makes me understand about the share market as well. Okay, so he tells me what to do, what not to do. Okay, so my understanding about the same might be different. Okay, so you should do a thorough study about it,
Study.
where
Yeah,
where the
definitely,
where the market is going, where how the company was performing and what is the potential. And if you
definitely.
see, and now also if you see that there are many apps which are available for that. If you look at Money Control,
Yeah,
it has very detailed analysis which it gives you, and even Zerodha, I personally use Zerodha, so it also gives a very detailed analysis of such things, so
yeah,
that's how you can do it. And plus, if you need to understand more about it, then I would suggest this YouTube video from Tanmay Bhatt, where he has partnered with Learn app and created this series about how the stock market works, and when to buy, when to sell, and how the candlesticks work and stuff. So
oh, that's great.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely. And obviously, before going investing in an IPO or putting your money in a company, you should just, like, for example, read their balance sheet. What are their plans and what are their revenues right now? And it's definitely like good to do that. Even if they are making losses, do you think that they are going to be profitable soon? Do you think they are going to like have a good amount of revenue along with a good amount of like business model? Like a good business model plus a good revenue is the basic need. So yeah, definitely we should look into that. And 1 minute, I got question from Satyam. Like, as a startup, what should be the goal? Like, make it unicorn or cash rich? So what's your take on this?
uh, well, I must say, as a startup, if you focus on solving a particular problem, that would be much better, because uh,
Yeah,
on one hand you already have investment, and one hand you have a problem to solve. Okay,
yeah,
and you must see that how you're burning this cash to solve this
yeah,
problem. Okay,
yes,
and and how wisely you do this. Okay,
yeah,
and if you get it right, it is a conveyor belt and money starts flowing. Okay,
yeah,
and becoming a unicorn is a bigger thing. You don't think about it as a startup. Yeah,
definitely.
you can look at it like that also.
Yeah. So after that, I just want to like ask you that first you were in a network marketing company. After that, you got into digital marketing. So like,
Yeah.
what caused that shift from going from network marketing to digital marketing? Like, did you see that digital marketing is a new opportunity, or what was the basic idea behind it?
Well, if I say it bluntly, I was done with sales, and I wanted to explore the marketing side of it. So yeah, that is why. And digital marketing is the most easiest to get in.
Yeah,
Uh, you can get into any agency and start working, and you eventually teach yourself how to do it.
Yeah, or basically, like, I don't think so. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but maybe you would have thought that digital marketing is going to be the future, or because the next startups are going to be tech based only, or tech is going to be involved in each and every startup. So digital marketing is the basic requirement, and it is a lot of scope. So that
uh,
must be also the reason.
well, the way I looked at it, it was like marketing is a bigger umbrella. Okay,
Yeah,
sales is one part of it, and digital marketing is one part of it. Okay,
yeah,
so yeah, of course, digital marketing has been a very big hullabaloo for people. Like, people have been talking about it and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just options of channels which you get to reach out to the customers. Okay, but marketing is a bigger game where you have
definitely.
different things, and that was the most easiest way to get into marketing. So that's why I chose digital marketing.
So basically, you were like getting into all departments, all sectors of marketing, first sales, then digital marketing, and so on.
Yeah,
In
now,
brief.
yeah, you can say that.
So, like as we were talking about the social media, okay.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
was just asking you that in today's era, like social media has become a very important part of our lives. Like people use social media more than anything else. Previously, it was like digital marketing was not a concept. TV ads, marketing through like door-to-door marketing or like physical marketing was a thing. But right now, social media marketing has become a huge thing. And so, what do you think? Like social media marketing specifically can like improve markets presence of a startup? Because obviously, if you are doing a startup, more there's a high chance you are doing it for a young generation or your audience is young. So social media can be very crucial. So can you just like elaborate on that?
uh, so like I'll break down the audience for you.
Yeah.
So let's say there is users of Facebook, there is users of Instagram, there is users of YouTube, there is users of Twitter, there is users of LinkedIn. Okay, so you find different audience on different platforms. Okay,
Yes.
that's what people think. Okay, but it's not the case. Let's talk about you. Okay, do you use Instagram?
Definitely.
Do you use Facebook?
No, not that much. Like I just use it sometimes. I just open it sometimes, but I don't use it regularly.
Okay, do you use YouTube?
Yeah, regularly.
You use YouTube. You use LinkedIn?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so and do you use Twitter?
Twitter, not as such. Like I don't think so that that is my space. So I'm not into Twitter, but other platforms, yes.
Right. So let's say, so you only told me that you yourself use every kind of app. So
Mm.
it does not really depend like who is using it, because everyone is on every platform. Okay,
Yeah,
and it depends from person to person, but there is a frequency and depth to the audience. So let's say it is said that Facebook users are more of baby boomers and millennials who use
yeah,
Facebook, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Instagram
So
is
Gen
used
Z,
by more of
Gen Z, yeah,
Gen Z and millennials.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And YouTube, you can find you can find all kind of audience. And
Yes,
Twitter,
yes.
you will mostly find the older audience, the adult audience, and LinkedIn, you will find professional audience. But
Professionals.
but you look at a bigger picture, and when you take a helicopter view, everyone is on every platform. Okay, but it definitely depends on what product are you marketing and what is your style of communication, because everyone is available everywhere. So
Yeah,
that is how you choose your channel.
that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, like I just want to wrap up everything by just asking you for an advice you want to give to the community members and to the people who are watching this. Like anything you just want to say.
Okay, so uh, uh, I would say focus on solving problems rather than running behind valuations, as we
Valuation.
talked about, and you know, uh, and I must say, experiment with stuff. That's how you will know, because
Yeah.
let's say if you're a edtech startup or a fintech startup, okay, it's not necessary what is working for you might work for me, okay,
Yeah.
but you need to experiment with stuff, okay. But there is a new term which is in the market, that is growth hacking, which they say, and that definitely runs on this model. What you use, I copy that model, okay, and I scale my business. But at the end of the day, you have to experiment with stuff. So
Definitely.
do experiment and you'll get the pattern very good.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mayur, for being with us and having a good conversation. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really sorry for
Uh,
inconvenience that occurred. I'm really sorry about that.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you
Okay.
so much for having me. As well, it was a very great conversation, and I'm happy to know that you'll have so much of awareness and understanding of the market as well, and what's going on. Thank you, Reverr, for having me. Thank you so much.